First Church Elon family and friends. Our devotion for today, for Friday, I'm filming this Thursday night in the sanctuary. We already did worship for this week on Wednesday. Adam, Beth, and Joel and I got together. We're going to try a couple of different things with worship this week. Beth and Joel did several songs, and the praise team also at a different time got together. The four of them did several songs, so we're going to edit some things together and put the words hopefully on the screen so that everybody can sing along at home. If you want to sing, you'll see the words. So it's going to take a couple of days to put all that together, so that's why we worship early, and we hope you enjoy that. And I just want to let you know that that's coming, and that Beth and Joel are not doing costume changes on Sunday when we worship. We're just doing some editing there. Want to let you know that that's coming. And what we've done is taken several clips, and out of the many, we've created one. Our Easter series that we're going to start this week is called The Heart of the Matter. And it comes from the scripture in the book of Acts chapter 2 that talks about life in the early church. Day by day, they spent much time together in the temple. They broke bread at home, and they ate their food with glad and generous hearts, praising God and having the goodwill of all the people. And so as a way in this series to kind of recapture the life of the early church and practice that ourselves, we're going to invite you, as you worship, to eat. We can't really do that when we worship in the sanctuary, but when we worship at home, like the early Christians did, we can eat. So feel free after the praise songs to go ahead and have a snack or grab some coffee or even have breakfast or lunch or brunch if you want to do that. And we would encourage that. We're actually going to bless the food during our worship service after the praise song. So feel free to do that. And it seems that these days so much of what gives our lives kind of form and rhythm has been stripped away. And so as we kind of consider what is left, we're going to talk as Christians, what is really the heart of the matter? What is the center of who I am? What is it that really defines me? Because so many of the things that have been at the center of our lives aren't really there anymore. Our habits, our practices, our relationships, the way we spend our time, our money, our energy and focus, a lot of that may have changed these last several weeks. And maybe these things have just been utterly transformed. Or maybe it's we who've been transformed in this time. And so this is a good season for us as we contemplate and celebrate Jesus' resurrection and the transforming power of that resurrection for us and for the whole world. It's a good time for us to really think about who we are and where we go and what we do, how that is really at the heart of our Christian faith. We think about our church life together and that the Methodist men aren't meeting for breakfast. Our administrative meetings are done by Zoom. The Methodist women's circles, they're not meeting either. The laughter of children from first school, it's not here. The prayer team is praying at home separately instead of gathered together. There's no ushers and there's no greeters. There's no bulletins to hand out. We haven't had communion together in almost 7 weeks. The choir loft and the pews, they are empty on Sunday mornings. So we may be wondering, well, what are we here for? What is our faith all about? What is really at the heart of our life together here at FUMC Elon? The heart of it all, my friends, is love. It always has been, always will be. Love for God and love for one another. Our love for one another transcends all of those things. Our love for one another has flowed freely through them for a long time. But now we have to discover new ways for our love for one another to flow around those things and even to flow in spite of their absence. Ways for God's love to flow into the world through us. And really at the heart of Jesus' life and teaching, at the heart of his death and resurrection, at the heart of his message to his disciples and to us is to love one another. Time and time again we hear Jesus telling his followers they are to love one another, that they are to give to the world and show to the world that love that Jesus has given to them, the love Jesus has shown them. And so this Easter season, we will embrace that love, that heart image as we encourage one another to find ways to live in God's love, to find ways to show that love and to share that love. because that really is the heart of the matter. And I want you to share that love with each other via this worship service. See, the thing is, with worship, it's not a spectator sport. And it feels a little bit like that sometimes when we're worshiping online. So what we want you to do is, these are images of hearts. And I made them at home. I went and raided my closet, and I found this random roll of burlap that I used for something. And I found some magazines and some pins in my sewing kit, and I just cut out hearts, everything in the magazines I could find that had flowers. It was beautiful. And I made this. And so I encourage you to find something you have at home to make a heart, or to even, we can make hearts this way. And to take pictures of yourselves with the hearts that you've made. Be creative, be fun and whimsical. Don't go buy anything to do it. Just find what you got lying around. And just take pictures of yourselves with your hearts, or doing hearts like this. And we want to create a worship montage of all of the hearts that are out there that you're making, so that we can see each other as we worship. So we all feel like we're a little bit more together and a little bit more present in our worship. So go ahead and take those pictures and send them to me, or send them to the church office in the next few days and into next week. And we're going to incorporate those into worship so we can see each other's hearts as we worship together this Easter season. Send your hearts, and I will see you soon, my friends.